Hey, good evening, brothers and sisters. Good evening. It's your brother, Spiritual Warfare GIG, with another daily word of the day. I'm gonna start off and say, yeah, I missed the I right here, brother. I had supposed to put the I up in here, but I do have the correct spelling of the Spiritual Warfare shirts. You know what I'm saying? Go to that tdsfinedesigns.com and get you one. And I got some other scriptural T-shirts on there. You know, eventually I'm gonna have some type of, I'm gonna make me a sweatsuit. You know, with spiritual warfare. You know, it's trademarked and everything, so don't go get it because I'm to book you. It's trademarked and everything. I ain't playing with it. You know what I mean? I got it up under the right microscope. If you feel me. Hey, but check this here out though, brothers and sisters. Like I said, it's spiritual warfare GIG once again with another daily word of the day. The daily word of the day is my testimony from the streets to being a soldier for Christ. And it's just a quick testimony, brothers and sisters. I don't linger into it too much, but let me get a sip of this tea. You heard? We walk by, we walk by faith, not by sight, brothers and sisters. And this is all I'm trying to be, a man of God. Yeah, my wife bought me this cup. And thank you. I'm sipping real, you know what I'm saying? I like that lemon ginger. But I got a few of them, y'all. I got the apple cinnamon. I got a few of them. I don't get up into it, but this lemon ginger is fire. As the youngsters say, yeah, brothers and sisters, that's a quick testimony, a small testimony. And this is for educational purposes too. This is for my young brothers out there, and sisters. But it's basically for my young brothers. I grew up in South Central LA. I grew up in the 20s. I grew up on the east side. They call it the low bottoms. That's like off of Central and 21st, Hooper, Compton Boulevard. Captain Avenue, Hooper Avenue, Central Avenue, Griffith, Trinity, all the way down to go far now. I'm not gonna get into all that, but I'm from that area. I grew up in that area. It since a little kid, I was around, hustling and getting money. I seen it legally and illegally. You know what I mean? So my mom, she wasn't no joke. My mom ran a madam. She was a madam. She ran a home. She ran a house. You cats out there know what I'm talking about. So I've been around women and that type of thing since I was a kid, man. You know what I mean? I remember my mom used to go to Hyde Park over there on Crenshaw, and she's from the east side, and she used to go over there to Willie Hicks, this cat named Willie Hicks. He had a limousine service. He had a club over there. He was a cool brother, man. And she used to go to them little gatherings over there. I remember she had one best dress one time. Moms could dress. Moms weren't playing. And, she used to dress me, man. I was wearing tailor-made suits, man, at 7, 8 years old, man. 9 years old. Cats grew up over that way. They know, my mom had me, man, the tailors, man. I remember I used to shine shoes, man. I built me a shoe shine box. I had to go down to Safeway, help the older ladies come out with they groceries, put them in the car and all that. I used to go across the street to Shell's gas station, pump people gas. I was 8, 9 years old, man. I used to have more money than an adult, and it's like, just taught these ethics, man, these moral ethics at a young age, how to, get some money, you know what I mean? I used to sell my bikes too, at Oscar's Cleaners on 24th and Central, next to Wally's Liquor Store, and my stepfather had a cleaners right there, Oscar. So I used to have my bikes out there, man. I used to go down to the hardware store, get my paint, my sandpaper, sand my bikes down, paint them, man, put new tires on them, man, inner tubes. I sell my bikes too, man. I just always tried to get some type of money since I was a kid, and some of the cats I grew up with, I remember, they doing all right now. They doing, but I remember they used to be running around with snotty nose, you know what I mean? They weren't thinking about getting no grind. It was getting money from their mom and them when they can or whatever. But man, I always had that kind of mentality, man. You know what I mean? To go get even the older guys just say, man, this dude here is like a little man. You know, it's called me a little man. But yeah, brothers and sisters, I used to really you know, as they call it, the youngsters call it grind as a kid. You know, then I got older, I started seeing things, being around things. You know, I come from a family of hustlers, and my mother brothers wasn't no joke. You know, my uncle Big Felix, my uncle Kenny Ray, my uncle Lee, my uncle Burnell, they wasn't no joke down on the east side. They was down by the 50s, close down by the Pueblos, like a 52nd and Ascot, all down that way. And you know, they I should see it, you know, but they never did try to, you know, trip me with it. You know, I was this now I'm gonna go up a little bit. Now I'm like in high school. But I used to see it, and I was in junior high, but I'm like in high school now, so I'm kind of getting more and more curious. So I started hanging with my Uncle Kenny Ray friend, Bud. I'm not gonna say his real name and all that, but he's clean, got living his life clean, living his life for the Lord and all that too today. But Bud, that's what taught me the game, because the cats he was messing with they were super. You know what I mean, man? Honestly, man, I was groomed by street royalty, man. And cats down that way, you know, grew up down that way with me, man. They know it, man. You know what I mean? And I'm not glorifying anything. I just, you know, was around the right people at that time, man, when I was learning that game, man. And you know, me and Bud had a house at 17. I was 17, I think he was 21. We had our own house, man, 3-bedroom house off of Flower and 75th, right by the freeway. You know, and we was renting from the people that we was cool with, that, you know, and because they lived, you know, in the valley. They had homes with pool. Man, I remember I went to this party one time, man. I'm 17 years old, y'all. I'm just go off track just a little bit. I go to this party, man. They gave out their pool, everything. That's one of their houses they had. Man, I go to the party, so many women up in there, man. I end up leaving, you know, with a young lady. Boom, spending the night. We hit a corner. I'm young. I'm only 17 years old, man. Come back, everybody gone except, you know, a couple of people. So I come back to the house and everything, and they were like, man, where you was at? Whoop. They were looking for me, everything, because back then was the cell phones. We had chirps, we had pagers, we had cell phones, but most time in the days the phones was in the car before they became, you know, free-handed with it. But I'm only 17 years old, man. I'm around all this, man. You know what I mean? I said, I want some of this. Man, I see more money at that time, man, than a man probably seeing his whole lifetime. I seen it 17 years old, man. It was like I had to have it. I had to have it, man. You know, and my boy Bud taught me the game, man. I didn't look back. I was 17. I had a '66 Cadillac convertible. And Bud had all kind of cars, man. I was in Roses. I was in Testarossas. I was riding with cats in these kind of cars. And I ended up getting nicer things as I, you know, grow older. But I was around it, in it. You know what I mean? Can pull up on you in it. You know, I remember I used to drive my one of them. Bud. I used to drive Bud Vet. I used to drive his El Camino. I used to drive his Nissan truck. All of that had rims and Daytons and all that old stuff. That's what was popping back in those days. And, you know, he called me his little brother. You know, because this is my uncle's best friend, one of my baby uncle's best friend. And man, I'm telling you, I've been around. You know, I had to have it, man. So I just kept on doing what I was doing, man. And you know, I did it for a long part of my life, man. You know, I went to that thing a couple of times, you know, and held my own, went on, came on back home, you know, and got back to doing my thing again. And one day I got tired. And I changed my life, man. I went and got me a job. And I had worked for the railroad close to 18 years before I had early retire. You know what I mean? I always been about something in my life, brothers and sisters. You know, even when I was doing wrong, I wanted to have something. And then after I left it alone, I wanted to have something. So I went and got me a pretty good job for the railroad. You know, I had 2 or 3 homes in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable now. But, you know, I done had 2 or 3 homes. You know what I mean? And, you know, that's just a small testimony, brothers and sisters. You know, I don't glorify anything. This is for the youngsters out there, man. Get your job, man. live your life in the right way, man. We got to look over your shoulders. You ain't got to hit the block 2 or 3 times before you go to your house. Things of that nature, man, because it's not a good feeling, brothers and sisters. And be real, out here, brothers and sisters, in your life. Don't be fake with it. Be real with it. You know what I mean? And don't be no Cuck in a player's uniform. They got plenty of them out there, man. Don't be that. That's not a good thing to be. Be a real one, man. Stay in your lane, stay out of someone else's lane. Keep people name out your mouth. Don't talk about people. Don't backbite about people, especially when you're trying to make them look small and make yourself look big, around females and things like that, man. That's a sucker move, man. That's not real. That's one thing about me, man. I ain't never had to pay for nothing. I ain't never had to flash my bread to be with nothing. I wasn't a bad looking dude. I'm not too shabby now. I wasn't a bad looking dude back in the days. I'm wearing a curl. I had a curl for a minute. I started wearing perms. My hair, man, we was looking better. My hair looking better than women's, man. Back in the days, we had them fly perms, feather perm with them silky cellophanes up in there, man. That was the game then. So I never had no problem, being with having no woman. I used to change women like I used to change clothes. I just change clothes 3 times a day. And I'm not bragging and boasting. And like I said again, I ain't never had to pay for something, man. Some cats, want for money, they wouldn't. It'd be hard for them, man. Leave me be with a female, man. See, I don't. Money don't make me. I make money. Clothes don't make me. I make clothes. I'm not putting on the clothes. I make the clothes look good. You feel me? So it's about having character. You know what I'm saying? Morals and principles. You can't buy those. You can't buy morals and principles and character. My old partner, one of my partners say, once a sucker, always a sucker. And that's one thing I never been. And that's just the game. That's when I was in the game, and there's a lot of them in it. And there's a lot of them be faking and fraud and fronting and all that. And all that front ain't what's happening, brother. Don't do that. You youngsters out there, don't do that, man. Have a mouthpiece, man. That's all you need, man. The crack you want. Just have a mouthpiece, man. You ain't gotta have all them dollars like that, man. The crack one. That's not a good look, bro. That's not a good look at all. Be solid out there, brothers. And get out of it. And don't be no follower in that game. Don't be a follower, especially when you're all the way to your 50s and following stuff. Don't follow nobody, man. Be your own man. Stand on your own 2 feet. Do your own. Because you came in this world by yourself. You're going to leave here by yourself. I never been that type of person. I never been ride with a bunch of people or be hang out. I used to hang out, but I didn't ride with a bunch of people. And right today, I don't ride with nobody. I ride solo unless I got my 70-year-old partner. I got a partner 70 years old that turned me on to the church that I go to now. I've been going to maybe about 5-6 years now. But that's the only body I be with every now and then. I ride solo. And back in them days, you barely even catch me riding around. I learned that from my Uncle Kenny Ray. My Uncle Kenny Ray was a cold piece of work off the east side. For real. And a lot of cats knew him down that way. I didn't learn from the best, brothers and sisters. I didn't learn from the best when I was in that game. I learned from the coldest gangsters and from some of the coldest hustlers. My track record speak for itself. My track record is solid. Ain't none of that. No snizzing, no crap, no bull crap on none of that. No sucker, none of that. You know what I mean? If they do say they that's someone hating, you know what I mean? Because I never been that type of dude. And I always been solid. I always been solid in the game. I ain't never backbited or talked about nobody in the game. Never. To no women, to no women's mothers, to none of that. I didn't have to do none of that to make myself look good. I make myself look good. By talking about somebody don't make me look good. That's a sucker move. That don't make you look good, young brothers out there. And the main thing is to get out the game and get your life right with God. Stop working for Satan and start working for God. And I got a lot of brothers still out there in that. I love them and I pray for them all the time. And I hope the best for them. That's living for the enemy. Because living for the enemy, it's not a good ending, brothers and sisters. And that's for my youngsters, man, because I want my youngsters to come up out of that. Come up out of that, man. Come out of that genocide. Come out of hurting each other over nothing. Come up out of that. Come up out of that, brothers and sisters. You ain't got to hate on no one or disrespect no one. Just be you. Just be a solid individual and be you. Don't ever try to talk down on somebody, make somebody look bad when you just talking, because their track record speak for itself. The people you may be talking to may not know it, but the people out in the streets know it. You know what I mean? Your track record carries a long ways. I don't care where you go. When you in that thing and when you out on the street, your track record speak for itself. And I always kept mine solid. I learned that from Uncle Kenny Ray. Always be a player and a G by choice. And I'm gonna just keep it with the G on it. You know. And that's what I professed myself to be at that time. A player with a G by choice. I'm not going around looking for no trouble. I'd stay in my lane. I don't bother nobody. And please step out of mine and don't bother me. And another thing, brothers and sisters, that's one thing about me. My mom taught me as a kid how to respect a woman, even when you're walking with her. When you walk with a woman, you walk on the outside and she walk on the inside. That's protection. Even when you're in your home, your woman or your wife sleep on the inside. You sleep on the outside. Especially you sleep on the outside where the door is of the room. And she sleep on the inside. Like when I come into the room, the first one I'm supposed to see is you. That's protection. Always treat a woman with love. Treat her with tender care. You ain't got to be all rough and calling her different names and disrespecting her. That's not fly, young brothers. Respect your woman, man. And sisters, respect your man. Don't get out of place. Don't get out of pocket. And he shouldn't get out of pocket with you. You know what I mean? That's one thing my mom taught me as a youngster, how to respect and love a woman. It took me a minute to get one on my own, to start sharing that part of what I've learned in life. Because I was raised, don't trust no B, don't trust no, I'm gonna say woman, but that's what they used to call it back in the day. Don't trust no B, don't trust no woman. So I was raised like that. I never let myself get feelings with one. That's why I should change them like I used to change clothes. And I didn't care if you was with her or someone else got with her or whatever. I'm not tripping off that. I'm not tripping off none of that. Because like I said, I've been with many women. I've been with women before a lot of other cats been with them, and they think they have something and start messing with them, and then they might see you again later on in life with them and think you did something. Man, I've been talking to one before you didn't even thought about. You know what I mean? My street brothers feel what I'm saying. But, and some cats get out of pocket with that, and get into their feelings and don't really understand what's really happening. That's one thing about me. I ain't never been a conniver, not over for no woman. Never been scandalous like that. Never been that type of dude. That's not me. Always been solid. Like I say, I ain't never had to chase one. Even when I was younger until now. They used to chase me. I had to chase one. But brothers and sisters, I think I talked enough about that. That's just a small testimony, for my young brothers. Love your sisters, man. Love your women. Protect your women. Treat them with respect. Treat them with tender love and care. When you got little bread, buy them nice things. Take them out to eat. Rub their feet. Give them massages. Give them attention. Listen to them when they talking to you. Because, some men let good women go, and one man trash is another man's treasure. And that's facts too. That's facts. You know, a lot of men think a woman can't be nothing without them after they leave them. How? If she's a real one, she'll get another real man in her life. And if you got a job and he out in the street, that don't mean he a better man than you. Because you still getting it too. You still living comfortable too. So you ain't no less of a man. Your morals and principle and character is intact. They need to check theirs probably. Real business. But brothers and sisters, I'm getting a couple of scriptures like I've been doing. I ain't been keeping my daily words long. I just thought I'd say a small testimony on some things about my past and about where I'm at today. I've always been honest with my testimonies because I want my testimony. Hopefully my testimony can change someone else's life to get their life right with Christ. Because if I can change, I believe anybody can change. And I know some cats that when they did 24 years, 30 years, got out, got their life together and living for Christ. And you can do it, brothers and sisters, as well. You know, I never been up in the shoot 'em up, bang, bang type thing. You know, just don't mess with me. I don't mess with you. I don't go out looking for trouble, like I said. But I know some brothers that did, and they don't do it no more. And they went and did that and paid their dues, and they living their life correctly. Anybody can do it, brothers and sisters. They can do it. I'm going to go to Psalms 18, Psalms chapter 18, verse 39. For you equipped me with strength for battle. You equipped me, Lord, with strength for battle. You made those who rise against me sink under me. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 13. Therefore, take up the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand firm. Stand firm, brothers and sisters. Stop working for the enemy and start working for Christ, because we living in some cold days, brothers and sisters. Some cold days. Some treacherous days. Get your life right with Christ. Check out that From the Heart Ministries of Los Angeles live stream. Google it and check it out, brothers and sisters, and get fed some of that good word. Check out that tdsfinedesigns.com and get your merchandise, brothers and sisters. Support your boy. Push that like. Subscribe, brothers and sisters. Help your boy push forward with this. Push that subscribe button. I need y'all to do that for me. And push that like button. I keep the algorithm going. And people see you liking the video, they start sharing it more and more. And it's your boy Spiritual Warfare, GIG, with another word of this. Change your lives, brothers and sisters. Change your lives. And all my brothers out there that they know that I love all my brothers and sisters, but my brothers and sisters that I know personally, I love y'all, man. Get your life right with Christ, man. Take care of your family, man. Be here for your family. They need you. And success is not all about being successful materially. Be successful in Christ. Leave a deposit here on this earth for your family to continue going. Success is not just material things. Success. Have spiritual success, brothers and sisters. That's real success. Having spiritual success. Having success with your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And sharing that with your family, your kids, and your grandkids, so they can continue to go on for generations. Leave a deposit on this earth, brothers and sisters. That's real success. I'm out. Spiritual Warfare, GIG. I love y'all. I'm out.